How you guys feel about taking some of the relationships that you build on social media to in-person connections, whether it's tweet-ups or anything else like that, and whether you find value in that or whether you think that most of the content that you're going to get on social media really just is best to stay online.
I think the whole reason from a business perspective, the whole reason we're on Twitter and Facebook is to hopefully further relationships into real life. And I hate to say it, but hopefully make a sale, eventually. So I think the concept of a tweet up, especially at a trade show, if it's at your booth, I think it's a good thing. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes we forget that the first word in what we're talking about is social, and that doesn't mean the technology is, the technology is simply the tools that enable those connections, but ultimately we have to carry those offline. So I think tweet-ups are tremendously important. I'm really active in the Boston social media community, and we're very fortunate to have a really active community where we've got, there's 50 tweet-ups a week that I could go to. But I think that's important to have those connections, to build those relationships, so that, down the road when you're hoping it does maybe lead to a sale or whatever it might be, that relationship has long since been established.
I got to tell you, I love hymns, and for a lot of reasons. One reason is because I get to meet a lot of the people that I've known for a while on Twitter, and we've had conversations. It's like any relationship, right? If I'm following someone on Twitter and they follow me, and then they reply me, we retweet each other a couple times and get to think we know each other. Next thing you know, we take it to the next level, we DM, and we might share email addresses. Next thing you know, we've got each other's phone numbers, and we come here to the conference and meet for the first time in person. I met Sherry for the first time in New Jersey last week, known her for 3 years. We've become good friends, yet we just met in face-to-face a couple weeks ago in New Jersey. And so I think that, that's a really important part of social media is there's a human face behind that. What I really like is, myself, is actually meeting the person that's running the corporate account. So, if it's HP or wherever, I get to meet that person at the trade show, and there's a real live person I'm talking to there. It's not just some machine.
Yeah, I have to say I like, Kerry, what you and Michael do. You put your initials at the end of the tweet, so now that it's not just some faceless organization called HIMS. We know who it's coming. Yeah, it's the initials. Yeah, we know who it's coming from.
Well, and that's a good policy, actually, if you have multiple people running your corporate Twitter to put the initials at the end. And then you'll even see in political campaigns they do that if it's actually from the president, they mark that, they tag it. So it wasn't his campaign guy that wrote that. He actually sat down and tweeted that himself. Let's go to some more questions.